Set for the second half in Athens, Georgia. The SEC on ABC. Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. Solid performance by the Georgia Bulldogs on their home field, leading Texas 14-13. They'll get the football to begin the third quarter. So work for Texas to do. Chris and Kirk back at it. Georgia hasn't made any mistakes, haven't made it easy on Texas. What do the Horns have to do to play back in it?
First thing they have to do is, I'm sure Sark talked about it, they got to play a clean game. I mean, they've not played a clean football game, and they're still in striking distance. Remember last year, the game in Austin got away from them. They were down, 23-0 at halftime and worked their way back into that game. So they got to make adjustments.
Here's the Modelo playbook and some of the confusion we talked about for Texas.
Yeah, what a great first half for Mike Bobo and Gunnar Stockton. Sees us off coverage. That's just recognition. He could have handed that off, but instead with the RPO, he's able to get it out there. Getting recognition here. He sees he's got the flat wide open. They did a heck of a job of attacking the flat, creating confusion, making the defense respond to that jet motion, and then going to the other way to be able to make that throw. That was their first touchdown pass where Texas was thoroughly confused, trying to communicate and get on the same page. So let's see how they settle in this second half.
Down to Laura Rutledge.
Well, Chris, the official ruling right now for C.J. Allen, the star of this Georgia defense, is that he is out for now with a left leg injury. This means that Chris Cole, who they consider one of the future players that will have a big impact on this Georgia defense, will step up here. You see the injury that got C.J. Allen pulled up. He went into the locker room before the half, and we'll continue to see if we see him come back out here. Also, Raylan Wilson now becomes the quarterback of this defense, guys.
For 5, let's check on the Texas side with Holly.
Well, things haven't gone exactly as planned for Arch Manning, but one thing that he has been doing is continuing to encourage his teammates on the sideline. After Ryan Wingo had that drop in the first half, he went right up to him, talked about getting right back to him. He continues to encourage, even though it's not going perfectly.
Capital One cardholders can redeem their credit card rewards for tickets to exclusive events and experiences on Capital One Entertainment. Scan the code to learn more. Capital One. What's in your wallet? ABC Saturday Night Football, presented by Capital One, is brought to you by Dr. Pepper. For decades, Dr. Pepper's one-of-a-kind flavor has fueled college football fandom. Today, fans bottled up the best rivalry moments at the Pepper Portal. It's a Pepper thing.
Gets the Kirby Smart Georgia defense in this place. He trying to live on 3rd and long. It's been tough. Texas has had a couple of successful conversions, but this is the 4th time 3rd and 10 plus. Niblett in the backfield.
Georgia usually likes to bring their backers on blitz. C.J. Allen out. It's probably going to be Raylan Wilson if they come from right here.
So Hill got things started. The first takeaway. Unusual mistake from Stockton. Number 0 drifts back, makes the play. Texas struggled, but this penalty bailed him out, and he finally take it 36 yards in 6 plays. And we have a 4-point game between the hedges midway 3rd quarter. So clock is moving again. They won't have to run a play here. And we've got a 4-point game going to the 4th quarter. Texas trying to fight for their playoff chances, which heavily hinge on the outcome here. Can they come from behind, or can the Dogs preserve another win over Texas? You're watching the SEC on ABC. Word from your local ABC stations now.
Thanks, Chris. As Texas starts to gain momentum, you guys go for it on 4th down twice. What went into that decision making?
Well, we got to be aggressive. We got a good offense. Trust our quarterback and let him go play.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Chris.
All right, thank you. Meanwhile, Arch Manning trying to fire up his guys in that quarter break.
Love to
showing the
see
leadership that Sark has asked him to do, and late on there's Michael Taft.
Getting in there. These guys are good buddies, trying to rally the troops here in this 4th quarter.
On this proving ground that is Vince Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium. Welcome back to the SEC on ABC. As Georgia on the march here. Texas had momentum, touchdown pass. Manning to Wingo. Georgia faced a 4th down in their own territory, converted it. got Texas to jump offside on another 4th down play. Scored onside kick, now driving again. And Lucky's brother, Cannon, who was featured on Game Day and on SEC Nation, is a beautiful feature. He's had a pretty tough existence, genetic brain defect, but his big brother, who chose Georgia to stay near his younger brother, says he's the toughest dude he's ever seen. All bundled up down there, and he watched his big brother make a crucial touchdown reception. He loves to celebrate. He knows where his brother is situated down there, points to him, sometimes goes down there and daps him up. But Lucky got free. They left him alone. He made him pay, and he's able to celebrate the man who is his inspiration.
ABC's Saturday Night Football is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Another well-designed play here on the backside. Really looks like a quarterback counter with both the tight ends coming around.
This play's going crazy. Sam Mitchell-Pilot in the All-State bus. What's your good hands play this weekend from All-State?
Well, actually, we're going to go back to the SEC Championship. We're going to use tonight and go back to Atlanta. 4th quarter, gutsy call there. And now, once again, after a touchdown, completely surprised as Texas. Cash Jones jumps on top of it. And Kirby Smart, after twice going for it on 4th down that led to a touchdown, turns right around with that onside kick and flipped this game completely around.
Kevin Nagani in studio. Time now for our Chick-fil-A move on the field. Let's go to Oxford. A career night for Kewan Lacey. 224 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. Number 7 to Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. They come back in the second half to beat Florida 34-24. 3rd straight year Ole Miss has won 10 games, a first in program history. Back to Chris and Kirk.
Ole Miss, another one of those teams that's been very well this season. Impressive performance by the Rebels overall, by the way, when he chose Texas. And that nobody considers you one of the better quarterbacks in this league. He just kind of smiled. Said, well, yeah, it is ammunition. And look at the quarterback comparison tonight brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Chris, he keeps his cards close to the vest when it comes to that. Yeah, but you know you saw that release of emotion after he scored that touchdown. He plays with great poise, but there is a fire, a competitive fire inside of him. And he has really grown. This offense has grown around him, but it all starts with him. It's the straw that mixes the drink.
The CFP.
And nobody can clinch the SEC. Who's going to be in that SEC championship game until the final weekend of the year.
That's because it will come down to the tiebreaks. That was stunning. 30-3 at halftime, Marcel. He couldn't have played any worse in the first half and then brought it back in the second half.
Yeah, what a job. How about Notre Dame right out of the gate? Game day there, big moment for Pat Narduzzi and
Jeremiah Love, number 4 there. Wow.
Yeah, he really set the tone early. This is one of the best games that we saw all day. Oklahoma, tough task to go into Tuscaloosa. And they took Bama's best shot, made the plays late. And as you said, Brent Venables, huge win for the Sooners. You look at their schedule, what they've already been through.
4 touchdown passes, which equals the career high, and the touchdown run. Always the most scrutinized, always the focal point, very, very hard on himself, and he'll no doubt be disappointed in every way about this tonight. Georgia too good. 2 minutes left.
Kevin Nagani back in studio. Plenty of football in our family of networks. BYU up 10-0 over TCU over on ESPN. Top 10 FCS matchup. UC Davis, Montana State over on ESPN2. And one small note for BYU. Congrats to our colleague Trevor Matich, inducted in the BYU Hall of Fame last night. Chris, Kirk, back to you.
Way to go. Could you go from being the favorite to being not even a finalist if you have a disastrous game in the conference championship game? Who knows? Goodyear bringing you the CFP rankings coming into this week. How far will Alabama drop?
How far will Oklahoma go up?
Good point.
So Texas goes down.
Style points do matter for Notre Dame, but I think most people feel like if they can finish the season on a 10-game winning streak.
They got Cuse. They got an injured Syracuse team in Stanford.
Yeah.
So we can punch their ticket. Notre Dame's in the playoff.
They're a lock at 10-2.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in.
Okay.
I just put them in.